Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the PMD Tea Buyers Club. I'm your host, Nalanja Silva, and here with me today is Dukey. You might remember him from one of the earlier episodes when he was a wee puppy. Now he's a 55 kilo Rhodesian Ridgeback. What am I going to talk to you about today? I'm talking to you about saving the planet. I'm talking to you about how you can do it at home and how PMD are trying to help. What I'm going to do here, guys, today is I'm going to brew up some loose leaf tea. Now I've already put some loose leaf tea into this infuser. This is known as a teepee, and I'm going to show you guys how to use it and why you should be using it. What I'm going to do is I've put some tea into here. I'm going to pour in my tea. I'm going to fill the water right up to the top. I've just boiled this water, and I'm going to give it a little stir. Give this tea a stir. Now I'm going to put the lid, which is the teepee, on this cup. Why am I talking to you about this today? Because we produce a lot of tea bags, and with our tea bags, not just with us as a company, but globally, we are producing a lot of waste. We are taking tea, which is a natural product, we're putting it into a bag, putting it into another bag if it's envelope wrapped, putting it into a box, and then putting it into another box, and we're sending it out. Why? Why are we doing this? Tea is a natural product, it's a product of nature. Why are we putting it into a bag, into a bag, into a box, into another box, when simply we could buy loose leaf tea? We could use something like a teepee, and we could enjoy loose leaf tea at home. You can control, your portions. You can cut down on packaging, and most of all, if you move to using loose leaf tea, you're going to have a wider variety of teas to try from. So what we've done here at PMD is we've brought in two teepees, and we've got two teepee bundles on the website for you to try out. What is a teepee? Well, let me take you through it. First of all, a teepee is effectively this. This is a teepee. It's the lid. It's a patent pending technology. It's done by a gentleman called Mr. Roland Hill, who I met a few years ago, and this is what he devised. And it was actually initially devised to be able to brew a tea bag in your cup for yourself, and then to put your tea bag on this lid and to stop spillage going everywhere else. The lid also crucially fits into the side of a mug, so it's quite neat. When I spoke to Mr. Hill some years back, I said to him, really what would be interesting is if you could do an infuser, which is exactly what he has done. He's created an infuser, which is what I'm using here, to actually brew the tea, and after you finish with your infuser, you can place it on your teepee. It's the ideal thing if you're looking to have a single cup of tea. A lot of people are worried about, what's the investment in creating loose leaf tea? What do I do with the leaf afterwards? How do I dispose of it? How much leaf do I use? Well, we always say 1 teaspoon per person per cup. So if you're brewing loose leaf tea, you take 1 teaspoon, you put it into your infuser, as I've done here. You fill it up with hot water. You let it brew for the allotted time. I'm going to leave that for another 2 minutes. I'm going to give it a light brew. This is a Nepalese high-grown tea that I've just tasted. But this is the simple way of drinking tea. We have been drinking tea in the world for over 5,000 years, and we have been drinking it loose. Since the 1960s, tea bags have become extremely popular. These bags that are bleached, these bags that have staples, these new bags that are made out of nylon, these new bags that are made out of Ceylon, which is corn fiber, they still take a long time to break down. Why create this new hassle of enjoying tea this way, when you can quite simply go back to the way that your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and generations far behind us drank tea? They enjoyed tea loose tea, less packaging, a clean, easy way to drink tea. And what I'm going to do is I've finished brewing this tea. All you've got to do is if you're using a teepee, and I sincerely urge you to get one from our website, empty out your tea, you put it there, and you've got your tea ready to use. We've got 2 types of teepee bundles, guys. We've got the ceramic one. You get in a bundle, what do you get? You get the ceramic mug, you get the infuser, you get the actual teepee itself, you get a milk jug, and you get a spoon as well. So ideal. Maybe you might want to keep one at home, keep one at work, or if you're more into glassware, you get the same thing. You get a glass mug like this, the teepee, the infuser, a silver milk jug, and a spoon. So, depending, maybe you might want to buy both. Maybe, you like to have your breakfast teas in a ceramic mug like me, your stronger black teas, you might want to have it in a mug. Maybe your peppermints, your lighter teas, something like this, you might want to enjoy in a glass infuser. And most importantly, at the end of it, you don't have any spillage from using your loose leaf tea. A lot of people, wonder, how do you actually take the leaf out? Well, if you've got an infuser like this, it's very simple. Once you pull the infuser out, you've pulled the tea out, and at the end of all of it, you've got a fantastic cup of tea. Moving back to the teepee, guys, get on the website, get your own teepees. We've got 2 bundle deals. You get four loose leaf teas. If you're buying the ceramic one, you get a breakfast, an afternoon, an Earl Grey, and a green tea. So 4 loose leaf teas with your teepee bundle. If you're buying the glass one, you get 4 teas again, but this time you get a peppermint, you get a rooibos, you get a chamomile, and a lemongrass and ginger, so all herbal teas. Maybe you might want to buy both, and you can start your loose leaf journey then. You've got black teas, you've got green teas, you've got herbals, and most of all, you've got the perfect brewing system that helps you save the environment by cutting down on packaging. 1 packet of tea, 2 grams of tea is roughly about a teaspoon, and you've got the perfect tea, you've got the perfect system. What do you do with these tea leaves then? Well, if you've got a garden, I would recommend that you just throw them on the garden path. If you haven't, you can put this straight into your compost, or if you've got house plants, you can add a bit of this to your house plant, or even just throw it into your recycling.